I recently returned from one of the oddest places I've ever visited, and it was my second trip there. I love this place. What's up guys, Greeny. I just got back from Phu Quoc Vietnam. I made a video about leaving Bangkok and heading there, and I have so many questions. People ask me so many questions about this island. It's a Vietnamese island, but it should be like Cambodia. It's like right next to Cambodia. It's an odd place, and I got to answer some of these questions because there's just a ton of them, and people have asked some great questions, and I think people have the wrong idea about this island. Just because of the little bit I showed where I was walking around, people are like, oh, that place would be boring. It's dead. That place would suck. But there's so much more to this place, and I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. If you're new to the channel, my friends call me Greeny. I travel. I make YouTube videos about travel and anything else I want to talk about. In this video, we're going to talk about Phu Quoc Vietnam. You guys will love this place. It's friggin' awesome. If you're interested in this type of content, make sure you subscribe because my next video will be a condo tour, like apartment tour, and talking about some of the prices there on the island. It'll kind of be a tour of Sunset Town, which is where I stayed. Let me fit it into the context of this video and explain everything to you. So let's start from the very beginning. A couple years ago, I had never even heard of Phu Quoc Vietnam. I was taking a trip to Hanoi, Vietnam, and it was still kind of cold. Like I had to wear a jacket in Hanoi, and I'm like, well, I'm traveling to Vietnam, and I had to get this visa and everything else. May as well go somewhere else. So we found this island, Phu Quoc, looked pretty cool. Headed over there and was just amazed at what I saw. So what do I like about Phu Quoc? Let me just tell you all about the island before I get answering some of these questions that I have. It's such a weird place. So you have the center area, which there's a beach, it's called Long Beach, and it's a big area. It's just, I guess it would be just south of like the actual city of Phu Quoc. And there are cities on this island, like actual Vietnamese cities. So the city of Phu Quoc is, you got motorbikes going all over. It's Vietnamese food, night markets. I mean, it's a Vietnamese city. It's not like being on some deserted island somewhere. If you're not looking at the water, you just feel like you're in a regular city in Vietnam. Low prices, great food, just an awesome place. So very close to there is Long Beach. And Long Beach is probably the main tourist area, like the longest running tourist area. It's not contrived. It's not built up like some of these other areas I'm going to tell you about. It's just natural. Hotels built, beach bars, massages on the beach. The main road has Western restaurants, Vietnamese restaurants, Thai restaurants. I had Texas barbecue there before. Anything you can think of, they have there. One of my meals on this trip, I went to this place called Bagels and Eggs that I had last time, and delicious bagels. They know how to bake there in Vietnam. Delicious bagels, lox, which is smoked salmon, cream cheese, capers, cucumbers, onions. I mean, just the works. Awesome sandwich. Now you're not getting the Vietnamese prices on that. That's Western prices. You're kind of in a touristy area, but like I said, it's just a real beach town area. Think of Boracay. Think of El Nido in the Philippines. Think of Patong Beach in Phuket, just a regular beach vacation area. Now, let me explain what they've been doing on this island. And it would seem like it's a huge area of the island that they're doing this, like the island's being taken over. But it's not. It's just very small little pockets. But it's a huge island. I mean, it's almost as big as Singapore or Phuket. I mean, it's like a big island. And these little cities they're building, they're like where I stayed, which, like I said, I'm going to have a whole separate video showing around this area. But Sunset Town, it's like a Venetian city with there's a cable car gondola, and you go into there and it looks kind of like the Coliseum you're going into, but then you take off on this gondola ride, and it's the longest gondola or cable car, I don't know what you would call it, ride in the world right now. And I think it broke the other record from Bana Hills in Da Nang, Vietnam. I mean, just a huge long, it's like 8 kilometers long. You go over these different islands. You have views of like these amazing islands. It takes you out to a water park. Anyways, that whole area, it's like people don't like it because it's like contrived and it's only like 10% filled. I mean, like they built it and now they're just waiting to fill it up. So the good thing for us Westerners or vacationers or holiday makers is it's cheap. You're staying in like 4 or 5 star accommodations for like, you can get $300-400 a month. I paid $300 because I only went for 1 week and I had a full apartment. I mean, you can get a studio and stay there for a month with a little kitchenette and everything, nicer than a hotel room, in a really nice place with a great pool. And like I said, I'll show you all these things. Like the islands like this, and if I just go right across, there's another area with like the JW Marriott, the Accord hotels, like 5-star hotels. You can pay a daily rate and just go there and hang out on the beach. I'm back at Kem Beach. Just have a few more days left here in Phu Quoc, but this beach is just awesome. Today I'm at the JW Marriott and enjoying their facilities here. Let me show you around a little bit. This resort here is gigantic. They gave us a pamphlet with all the activities they got going on. There's a ton of pools. The whole thing's designed like a college campus. It's really cool. I don't know how they came up with it, but it seems like everything on this island, everything new is like a different little theme. But this is pretty conservative style. It's nothing crazy, nothing trying to, fake out and be some other style. Oh my God, this sand is so hot today. But look at this water. And this is their property all the way down here. And the other day I was at that property down there on Kem Beach. That was the Accord, I think. And then this is the JW Marriott. But just amazing grounds. I highly recommend it. You can come here for the day for $20 US and just enjoy the whole day. And you get a voucher. So it's not like it costs you the money. You can use the vouchers for the food or drinks or anything like that. I just ate lunch a little while ago up there, and the only bad thing is it cost me $14 for 2 coconuts. I didn't expect that. I looked at the prices of the food, which was, a little pricey considering the view and where you are, but I didn't realize that the coconuts were going to cost me so much. I would have just probably drank water. Who knows? Could have ordered another quesadilla or pizza or something like that for that much money. This is it. Another lovely place to come while you're here on Phu Quoc. Let me show you the pool. This one's really beautiful. It's a great looking pool. Look at that. It's like all shiny on the bottom. Got my towel set up here. It's lovely. It's really beautiful. This is so hot. I stepped on that and I think I have 3rd-degree burns on my feet. I had to jump in the water real quick. But yeah, this is it. Check it out, guys. Check it out when you come here. Not a bad day. Not a bad day. Just laying here relaxing. I already went for a swim in the pool. Pardon the forest. I'm about to go for a dip in the ocean. But like I said, there's a public beach right there. You can go there. There's a couple bars on that beach. So that's a long distance away from Long Beach. Now, there's a few other communities. One I had went and looked at and drove around. I'll show you a little video here. This is like a different architecture. So it's not made like the Venetian style like Sunset Town, but it's something modern, something different, something kind of wacky and colorful. And this is, I think, going to be a bigger city than Sunset Town. And I looked at some of their plans because I went and met some of the builders when I was there because wanted to know about, like, can we buy there? I'm going to tell you about that in a second. but they're building high rises. I mean, it's going to be like a little mini Macau over there. There are casinos on the island, on the other side of the island. So I did take one day trip all the way to the other side of the island. Like the north side was like 50 some kilometers. I rode the motorbike I rented. You know, they had like a Venetian city up there. Another one kind of like that with like a Venice, like you can ride the gondola water ride or whatever it's called. And that was even more deserted than where I was staying in Sunset Town. Now, don't get me wrong, at night when it's cooler, a lot of people do come out, and there's an area in the Sunset Town that's pretty cool at night. And like I as of right now, if you want to be in like a regular area, that Long Beach area is cool. Now, me staying in Sunset Town, when I pull like right out of the village there, out of the Venetian looking modern weird type of architecture, I'm in a regular Vietnam, and there's a Vietnamese city on that side of the island, on the south side of the island. So I went there and ate a lot. Awesome Vietnamese food. I decided to take a little ride out of Sunset Town for lunch into the authentic Vietnamese town here, just to the south. They love the horns here. That's I forgot about that in Vietnam. The horns like crazy, but I'll show you what I'm eating today. Decided to come into town to this little place, get a little coffee, some authentic Vietnamese food. I ordered a thing. I'm just gonna call it a thing because I don't know what it is, but I will show you when it arrives. Just parked the motorbike right here by the entrance. And that's what I got right here. Whatever that is. Okay, Vietnamese coffee. This is so hot. And then I have my ice. So I have to figure this out myself. I don't know how to do it. Oh. I have to let it keep, it's still dripping. It's still dripping. I gotta wait. Be right back. Okay, this nice young man's gonna help me out here. So ready. Maybe after, I don't know. I'll put sugar in here, just a little bit. Just a little bit? Yeah. Okay.
And, no. Yes.
Just a little bit sugar. He's hooking me up. This is how they do it here. Wow. That is deep, very dark. Looks very good.
Yeah.
Caffeine, I will be awake.
Yeah. And
this is it, guys. Let me try it. Oh, it's so good. It's such a different flavor. It's such a strong, but not, it's like a delicious flavor. It's like just that little bit of sugar. It's sweet. It's so good. All right, guys, I got the name, Bang Xiao. Something like that. I'm pretty close, and this is it. It's like a crispy shell. It's almost like a, one of those spring rolls I had. Rice paper.
This too?
Okay.
No.
No, that's morning glory.
I didn't think so. That's your rice paper.
That's I got shrimp and squid in here.
So you take these, she said, you roll them up in the rice paper. And then that's your second. Dip it.
Yeah, they got a way to do it, but that's freaking delicious. I got little cucumbers. Let's see here.
They do love mango here.
So we'll take a little of this, a little of this, a little of that, a little mango. Not mango steam, mango. Dip it. Oh my god, it's so crunchy. That's freaking delicious.
And it's all fresh.
Oh yeah. Let me show you what my friend got. Look at that. Morning glory. It's delicious.
It just doesn't have no pepper in it at all. No chili.
Oh, chili. So
No chili. So
a little mild, but this is actually better than the spring roll. This is really good. Been to the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. No complaints with the food in Vietnam. Amazing, amazing. Thailand, obviously amazing. It's why I moved there, because of the food. Maybe in the sun. Maybe ladies too. I don't know. But Philippines, sorry guys, way down on the bottom tier of the food situation. So super cheap. I found my new favorite drink there, the sugarcane juice. It's friggin' awesome. I'm loving sugarcane juice. They put a little bit of lime in it, and it's friggin' delicious. I don't know why it's not all over the place in Thailand like there. There, every 22 meters, there's a coffee shop or a sugarcane stand or a banh mi sandwich shop. I mean, it's just unreal and so cheap, so cheap. I think it was like 10, 12 baht or something would have been for the sugarcane juice, which was delicious. So I had to keep going and getting those. I have more to add, but I'm going to get into some of these questions that people ask because it may kind of lead me down different paths, and I want to get into that. So as far as the infrastructure goes, people were asking about that. You go to Phuket, and I mean, you can't get from one side. It would take you 10 years to get from one side of the island to the other with the traffic, or just going 3 kilometers sometimes can take you forever. This place, they built these 2-3 lane like highways going all through the island with roundabouts. It's like brand new, all going all the way from one side of the island to the other until you get into like the little main city. You gotta weave around a little bit to get through the main city of Phu Quoc, but there's like 2 main thoroughfares. You can get fast where you want to go, and there's like no traffic there. It's like just chill, kind of, because it's not that crowded. People don't know about this place, but for a beautiful place, and if you like just cruise around exploring on a motorbike, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Somebody asked me about English. Now that's where there's a little bit of complication there. I mean, when you go into these Vietnamese towns, it's an issue. And even with Google Translate, it's still a little bit of an issue. It doesn't translate that well. I mean, we got our food, we got everything. A few times didn't get the right orders. It can be complicated, but you just got to have patience with that and realize, hey, I'm paying dirt cheap for everything. I'm in a beautiful place, so who gives a shit, right? The internet, I had great internet, and it was free in this sunset town. I mean, they had free cable TV, free internet, no extra for air conditioning or electric right now. I think apparently eventually it's going to be, like a regular apartment, but right now it's just dirt cheap. The taste of the food, come on guys. Thai food, Vietnamese food, healthy, fresh, delicious food. It's friggin' awesome. Like I said, cheap and awesome. Inside Sunset Town, inside some of these other places, like I said, near Long Beach. In the touristy places, you can get a lot of Western food if you want. The Western food that I had in Sunset Town, they really didn't have that much going for them quite yet. When I ate before near Long Beach, established older places, pretty good Western food, there is this one area, this walking street area that I'll tell you about that has different international food. We'll talk about that later. That had some quality items. Healthcare in Vietnam. I didn't look into it. I have no clue, but I have watched other videos from Vietnam, and healthcare is dirt cheap there. Now, I will tell you, my friend, he had an issue, and another lady that was there, she got there before me. She needed stitches, and they both went to, one went to like a Navy hospital, and my friend went to this little clinic that was right near the Sunset Town, and both were very happy with the care, and it was dirt cheap. So it's like Thailand, you could get dental, MRI, all that stuff, and you pay nothing. Now, there is an international hospital on the north side of the island, which I said is being majorly developed, but not quite there yet. It's built, but no one's came yet. But there is like a modern-looking international hospital there, so I would imagine you can get, pretty good communication there compared to on our side of the island. The communication was not that good, but everything got done. Google Translate, everything worked out. Nightlife. No. If you're going there for nightlife, don't go. If you're like, and I just needed a week to get away. The pollution was great as far as no pollution. The air was clear and it was just beautiful. The majority of my nightlife was sitting on my balcony, having a beer, watching the fireworks display in Sunset Town. Every night there's fireworks. They have this laser show. If you go down to the beach, there's like a puppet show. I don't know if it's for adults or kids. I have no clue, but I could see the fireworks every night, have a beer. There was a few nights that I went down there, and you can get beverages and different things on that walking street and just hang out, and they have like little parades and entertainment. Just ordered a draft beer here. It cost me $1 whole, and look at this. It looks so delicious. Look at that. $1 US, and you see that behind me? Phu Quoc beer. It's brewed here on the island. That's very good. Oh, my change. But wait. Wait, come here. Okay, for you. Thank you. I got this Monopoly money falling out everywhere. Like, it's on the street, it's falling out of my pocket. I'm dropping things. Some guy like ran up to me, handed me something that fell out of my pocket. I'm a mess. As far as nightlife, I really have no clue. When I stayed before in Long Beach, yeah, there was like an Irish bar right near my hotel there, and they had a great Filipino band that played rock and roll. I went there every night when I was over there. Just it was walking distance from the hotel I had. So there's a few places over there. My friend went into Phu Quoc City one night. I didn't feel like going. I didn't want to drive my motorbike and drink over there, but he had a good time hanging out over there. So you can find some things, but don't even get it confused with Thailand. You know, probably not even Da Nang or some of these other major places in Vietnam. But you are on a beautiful island. You got that going for you. Somebody asked about fishing. Yes, you just go south of where I was, and you're at the like international pier. There's customs there, and some lady approached me about fishing. There's all kinds of boats. I'm sure you can make it happen. And I didn't take her up on it, but she was like 500,000 dong, which is like $20 for our whole group to go fishing and hang out on a boat all day, go to some different islands. So I didn't take her up on it. I was more than happy just hanging on the island, jumping around on beaches and doing that type of stuff. Transportation to the island, direct flights from Phuket and Bangkok. It's an international airport there. And the great thing about this island is, unlike mainland Vietnam, you do not need a visa upon arrival. You show up, you get like a 29-day visa, 30-day visa, something like that, and you're good to go. Now you can get the regular e-visa where you apply, and it's good for 3 months. I talked to a British guy that was living in the place where I was staying, and he'd come for 3 months. He said he'd leave, take the boat over to Cambodia for 2 days, come back, and he'd apply for another long-term visa, and he was staying for 2 more months. So basically, he was there for 5 months, staying in this, beautiful condo, and only had to leave for 2 days. Now, I know people in Da Nang live there long term all year. I don't know what kind of visa they get. You're gonna have to investigate that. I have no friggin' clue. If I was serious about living in Vietnam, I would look into it. And I really like the island. I know I could do a solid month a year, especially during the burning season here on that island. I could do it. I think the island gets rainy maybe in May, June. I don't know. There's definitely a rainy season there. You're in Southeast Asia. There's taxis, grab taxi. You can do it. They'll come and get you. We used it one night. No problem. There's other taxi service we use. It's really cheap, just like Thailand, Vietnam, really cheap. Buying real estate. This was an interesting question somebody asked me because I investigated it. I went and met with a builder. Now, it wasn't their sales team. It was the builder team over in this area in the middle of the island, sort of. And it's going to be a huge community. And you cannot buy land. You cannot buy anything there. But what they do is they give you a 50-year lease. And it was a fair price, like $72,000, living in like 50 square meter high rise, near the beach and everything. 50-year lease, so whatever. If you're 50 and you want a 50-year lease and you don't care about handing it down to anybody, you're just going to keep it till you die, there you go. You probably could will the rest of the lease to somebody. I have no clue. Costs, like I said, they're cheap. If you're in the western areas, you're going to pay western prices, just like in Thailand. You go eat off a Soy Bacau or Western restaurant, you're paying western prices. Visa, like I just said, you can get visas there. You can stay there. You can make it happen. I think there's some business visas you can get to stay long term. I'm not sure all of what you got to do. I think the trick to staying long term is opening a business there. I may look into it more. I'm not interested in doing it myself. I like Thailand, like I said, except for some of the burning season, and it's super hot right now. I love it. It's a very interesting area. There's historic sites there. Every time I go, I went and look taking different friends to look at this war museum. It's like an old war concentration camp. The French used it to like enslave Vietnamese at one point, and then the allies of the U.S., the South Vietnamese, used it to jail Viet Cong at one point. And there's lots of little, it's still standing part of it, and it's an interesting place to go. There's national parks here in the middle. Certain times of year, I'm sure the waterfalls are running. There's some of those. So it's a cool place. I'd highly recommend if you are you want the Phuket, no traffic, quiet shit, less nightlife, no ladies. I'm sure there's ladies. I mean, I remember last time I was there, approached by like a toothless old lady that was trying to sell herself, and she was probably Cambodian. She probably wasn't even Vietnamese, but disgusting. It's the place to take a date. I would, now that I've been there a few times, I would recommend, take your lady there. It's a great place to just chill, relax, and like I said, I love it. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, next video, real estate, showing some condo tours, and a little bit more in depth into Sunset Town. Greeny out.